Authorities in Colorado believe, quote, anomalies in DNA testing by a former forensic scientist could require the reworking of more than 1,000 cases and cost the state millions. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation is reviewing the caseload and entire body of work of former scientist Yvonne Woods to determine if any cases are in fact impacted. She worked in the lab testing DNA for 29 years and is now the subject of an outside internal affairs investigation in addition to a criminal investigation. Nearly all of the incarcerated people affected are expected to challenge their convictions, and an untold number could go back to trial. So the state is budgeting an additional $7.5 million to try to deal with this immediate fallout. So joining me now, let's bring in criminologist Dr. Debbie Goodman. Dr. Debbie, always great to see you. First of all, possibly 1,000 cases. What was your initial reaction to this situation?
Wow. Good afternoon, Nichole. It's always a pleasure to join you. Truly, I would say both shock and stunning, this revelation here. Every case we talk about is deeply rooted in DNA. So without a doubt, from the mid-1980s, now certainly to the present, we, the criminal justice system, rely heavily on that as the anchor, if you will, the staple of evidence for high-profile cases, murder, rape, robbery. And so even though it can be a complex science and study, we can simplify it. And we know that at the root of this would be things like prints, hair, saliva, fiber, tissue. And really what the analyst is looking for is alignment, connecting the dots, if you will, between the evidence and a link of both suspect and victim. So that's, let's call it, at the heart and soul of this. And we do have experts in the field who truly have the training, the knowledge, the education to be able to determine these findings. But here's the however. When we now take a look at what's happening here in Colorado, with the numbers you put on the screen, minimum potentially of 1,000 cases, whereby we could indeed have individuals who are incarcerated wrongfully. And now we look at the dollars and cents and the potential for millions of dollars to right the wrong, if you will. It's just astonishing in both a criminal aspect as well as civil. But we speak on victimology, Nichole, and this is an area of victimology that has to be examined as well. We simply cannot the innocent wrongfully incarcerated.
And I was trying to look for details, and I saw, one example was, saying that hair belonged to somebody who it actually did not belong to. But, how do anomalies like this happen? Because like any other industry, there has to be a series of checks and balances, correct?
Correct, absolutely correct. And all of us in our field of criminal justice, we I would hope certainly pride ourselves on accuracy, credibility, validity. But you're absolutely correct. We all have those to whom we report. So what happened here in the evaluation, the review, the reporting structure to potentially have what's going to be a big problem, not only, again, with these 1,000 cases, the cost of which that will be involved, the laborious nature of how we are to right this wrong. A lot of things fell through the cracks here, and that is simply unacceptable.
And what do you think happens next here, Dr. Debbie? Is it possible we will see numerous people exonerated?
I believe so, Nichole. The numbers could be, again, quite telling and astonishing because of the level of oversight that this particular forensic scientist had. We're talking about 20 years of review, evaluation, evidence finding, and facts. But if the data is skewed, we cannot allow that, and we have to yield, I believe strongly as a criminologist, on the side of the potentially innocent.
And let's look at the bigger picture here. Is it possible these types of anomalies are happening in other departments, in other states?
Well, I thought about that. I would have to say it's possible, but I would like, at least at the moment, because we're talking about one particular state and the oversight of one particular person, I don't want to start ringing the alarm bells.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.